Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back to another night of Mahjong. Tonight, I thought we would just play, well, obviously we're going to play some ranked games tonight, but I did notice that with the last update, the game lets you actually look at your friends' logs now, and see some of their past games. I know Tokyo Trekker was saying, or Tokyo Cleon as he's now known, was having trouble with some of his games, so I thought maybe tonight what we can do is check out some of his past games. I did take a look at one of them real quick, just in the first round or so, maybe we can do that. But no, not Joel, sorry, Tokyo's. But we can actually take a look at his games. He said he was on a losing streak. He's only played 3 games, so I mean, it's not that terrible. But I thought maybe we could take a look and maybe analyze what he's been doing a little bit, even though I'm not an expert, but maybe we can help him out with some of his gameplay. I did notice a couple of mistakes he made in one of the games I was looking at, but we can go back through that again, maybe if even if he joins the stream later on. Hopefully we'll see him later, and maybe we can jump into that. But first, I think what we'll do is jump into a quick game. Hey, Professor, how's it going? We need to complete all of our missions for today. Looks like we need to just not deal in twice, win by a sumo 1 time, play 2 matches and 1 ranked match for sure. So we'll get all that done today. And yeah, let's just start to get into it, I guess. So we're just gonna go in the star room again and play the east only for right now. Maybe we'll try and do like a full east-south a little bit later. But I figure we'll do 2 quick games, and then maybe take a quick break, dive into one of Tokyo's games, and take a look at his gameplay, and see if maybe we can help him out a little bit, and find out where he's making mistakes. He's only played 3 games, so I mean, it's not that big of a deal that he's on a 2-game losing streak. When I first started playing, I think I went several dozen games before I won my first one, so he's not doing horribly bad, that's for sure. First game of the night. Let's see how we do. We're starting off at a 1. We have 1, 3, 5. We can win at 4. We have a couple value tiles we can hold on to. We're sitting east, we're the dealers, so we can get rid of these 2 wins if we need to. 3 is kind of sitting off on its own, so we can get rid of that. Probably hold on to this. As long as we keep improving our hand, we can hold on to these 2 as safe tiles for now. I think what we can do is maybe get rid of this red wind first. We don't have the 2, 3, so that actually does help us out. I'm gonna get rid. You know what? We're gonna hold all of this because we can either get a 1 or a 4 to complete this sequence out. So might as well hold on to all 3 for right now. See how it shapes up. Okay, so now we have a pair of 2s we can use. We'll get rid of the red wind. One's been thrown, so we don't need to worry about someone pawning it really. We can pawn the 3s, or I mean the red greens ourselves. We'll hold on to those. We'll go ahead and take the 8s. That's fine. We have the 4, 5, so that actually works for us. We're gonna get rid of the north. I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit. Very loud on my end. Okay, so we have the 1, 2, 3. We don't really want to do that. We're going to pass on that for now. We can still get a 4 to complete this sequence out, and or we can just deal in. And not even realize it. That's alright. Small hand. I think they just wanted to get me off the dealer spot, so they got their wish. But, you know, we're not looking too bad. We have 2 door to start off. Pair of 5s. We have 7, 9. That's actually okay for us. We can get an 8 here to finish off this sequence. We need a 2 here. We can get a 6 or a 9 here. We do finish it off with a 1, 2, 3. So we could do 7, 8, 9. And we could go 7, 8, 9 here. 4, 6, 7, 8. And we can also do the 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4 here. So we have an extra 2. I think we might... you know what? We're going to throw that away. We don't really need it. We're going to kind of hold our hand as it is right now. Hey, good morning, Tokyo. Glad you're here, actually. We can look... After this game, if you're still around, we can look at your log and go over some of your last games. I noticed... I know you're talking about that you were having trouble, so I figured we could kind of analyze one of your games and see where you may have made some mistakes. I saw one hand. I just dove into the log real quick before I started, and I did watch one hand. And I did notice you made kind of a crucial error right on the first hand on your... I want to say it's the third or second game. I can't remember. It was one of the ones you lost. Alright, so we have a 7, 8. We can go 6. Hold on. Alright, so now we have that. So we can get rid of this 8. So we have 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Now we're just kind of waiting to finish off this shape. It would be nice to get an extra 5 or a 4. And then we can just kind of do that. And then we'd have a double Ron weight. We could do a 5, 6, 7 here too. And we're getting all the circles now. We could have probably kept this as a 7, 8, 9 and just waited on a 4 also to... Never mind, because there's 2 gone. That would have made it difficult to do a full straight. Alright, I'm out in about 30 though because of that pesky thing called work. Alright. Sounds good. Probably do it anyway, no matter what. So even if you do miss it, then you can always come back and watch it later. I think what we're gonna have to do here is maybe... Alright, well, that puts us in a position. I don't know if I really want to call it Reach and have this be a deal-in tile. We're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. See if we can get that through. We do get it through, so it's alright. So now we're just waiting on a 1 or a 4. And we got it. So Ippatsu, Reach, double Dora, 4,000.
ドラ1、赤ドラ1、マンガン。
8,000. Plus the reach stick. We got a quick 10,000 here. Heck yeah. We will freaking take it. Alright, so what do we have? This 8 doesn't help. We're just going to throw it away. We've got a 2, 3, so we can wait on a 1 or a 4 there. This 1 and this 9 are isolated, so we can't use that really right now. With 2, 8, 7, 7 and 8, 8. 6, 7, 8's already set up for us. We just need that one more 6 to make that a double run. East and red we can hold on to because they're still value tiles for a little bit to see what happens. Alright, that actually finishes our sequence for now, so we're going to get rid of this 1. Just in case, because if we do get a 6, in the meantime, it'd be better to draw it than to have to call it. And we can get rid of this 9. We don't need that 2. Okay, so now we have a better value tile. 1 of the reds have already been thrown, so that's why we're going to do that. East has already been thrown, so it's unlikely we'll get a triplet of East wins, so we can actually throw that now too. That completes this sequence here, and we have a 1 green Dora. No one's thrown one yet, so we're probably not going to throw ours until we start seeing at least 1 more on the board. We don't want to do that. That's set up for us already. We're 1 tile away from Tempa. You know what? Actually, we're not going to do that either. We could, but we're not going to. We're already set up with this with 6, 7, 8 and 7, 8, 9. Like I said, we kind of want a 6 here, or just draw another. We could actually draw ourselves a 6 or a 9 and put that into a double run. That's kind of what we're looking to do. These 6s right now are looking like it's going to be our extra pair.
Riichi!
Uh-oh. Alright, so we know they reached on the green tile, so that's actually good for us, because now we can throw that with some confidence that we're not going to deal in to a huge hand. And when they see so we don't have to worry.
Riichi 一発妻赤ドラ2満貫
They get 12. Unfortunately, that reduces us by the 4,000 of the time we just lost. But that's okay. We're still not terribly behind. 9,000 behind. Can make that up. South winds we can't really use. We're not sitting south, and it's not the south round. So, if anything, this could just be a dead triplet. You know, just a triplet that we have in our hand if we self draw, or it could be a extra pair, or we can just use them as tiles to throw if we need to. Have something safe to throw down the line. White, we can hold on to for now because it's a value tile at least. 2-3 is set up pretty well for us. 9 is extra. We have the 6, 7, 8 set up for us again. 5 actually does help because now we can do a 4 or a 1 or a 6 to complete one of these sequences out. So that gives us more options. 9 doesn't help us. This actually does because now we can do a 4, 5, 6 here. We have to pass that. If we were to call that, we'd have no Yaku, and it would make things ridiculously hard to win. We're gonna go ahead and throw this white now. Now we're pretty much set up with what we need. We have 2, 3. We need a 4 or a 1 here to complete. All right, so we get this sequence done. So we're gonna set up our pair as the 3s for now. Actually, you know, that was dumb because we already have a pair here. We could have actually gotten rid of this if we wanted to. We are sitting west, but 2 have been thrown, so we can't call our own seat wind. So I guess this is going to be our safe tile. We have to do something with this still, so I guess a 4, 5, 6 would be nice. 3, 3, 4, 6, 6. We have too many 6s. We're going to go ahead. You know what? Actually, we're going to do this, even though we're kind of breaking things up and creating a weird bulging shape down here with the 2 6s and 2 3s. I think we can increase our hand total by, you know, provided we win, by getting rid of all of our honor tiles. We don't have any circles right now. So, I mean, it is an isolated tile. We could just get rid of it, but in case this person goes into Tempai, I guess we can use it as a safe tile. 6, 7, 8 actually does work for us. Now I think we can start reducing some of the stuff over here. We're going to get rid of the 6, reduce that bulging shape. So now we just have the 6, 7, 8 complete. Now we just have to worry about the 3, 3, 4. So a 2 or a 5 here would be the best thing. And then we get it. So we'll go ahead and we don't have anything dealing with this 5 yet. So we're going to still hold a slightly weird shape over here because we still need to work on this. So with 3, I mean, we have a bunch of different options we can do. So we still have this 3, 3, 4. Another 3 would work. Another 3 here would work. A 4 would work. And we did get it. So I think we're just going to do this to put ourselves into Tempai. And we're in Furry 10 if we do that. Oh, we're in Furry 10. Oh, because we did throw. I see what we did. Okay. So we're going to throw this 3. And we're waiting on a 3. There's only 2 left, so it's kind of unlikely. So we might have to actually do something else again. We should have held that 6, actually. Can we get ourselves to a better weight? We can. We're going to do this because it's a better weight. We could deal in with this now, but risk we'll take. Now we have a 3-sided weight, a 2, 5, 8, which is a lot better than just waiting on one tile. So we've got 3 2s, 2 5s, and 3 8s available to us. I'm gonna assume that this person is basically ready. If maybe they need like one more tile. We'll see where that's. All right, so they're discarding their own deals. So I'm gonna assume that they have a ready hand and they're waiting, even though we've only watched one round. But They did call a lot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
トン赤ドラ2
Didn't move our place, thankfully, but it did reduce their score, so we do have a chance to take first place. First place now, so that gives us a little bit of
終
help.
わらせ一
And
気
it is
に行
all
こう
last, so we need to block this first person from winning and the one across from us from winning. I think they might have just rage quit. We need to probably just ditch all of our honor tiles and go for something kind of quick here. We've got 876 set up for us, but we are getting a lot of bamboos here, so we can maybe get this to be a pretty big hand. We're gonna see how this shapes up. All right, 1, 2, 3. That actually does help us. We're gonna get rid of the green tile. 987, 65. We need a 4 or another 7 to call this. 1, 2, 3. So, you know, we're far away, kind of, from actually being able to do something huge with just all bamboo. He says as he gets lucky. Now we can do another 1. That would be helpful. So, I mean, it is possible. We could just play an all bamboo hand here. We have to pass that. 6, 7 though. That's actually a good shape to keep. So we're gonna get rid of our 6 here. We're kind of making it painfully obvious what's going on though. Okay, we're getting a lot of tiles we could have called, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna change our hand here and start getting rid of some of these tiles, our end tiles, and then just work with what we have in this range here. Otherwise, I think we could possibly get stuck. We don't want that to happen. Hopefully we can get a... I mean, even a 9, you know what, the 9 would have helped. We could have gotten rid of the 4, and we'd probably be in Tempai. So, I mean, if we can redraw a 9, that'd be nice. We need to watch what everyone else is doing, though, because I'm pretty sure they know what's happening. Well, actually, you know what? They shouldn't care, because I already called this. I don't know why I called that. Does anyone know why I called that? I'm not sure. Oh, that's because we were gonna work this down into an all simples hand. So let's just do that, I guess. Alright, so we do have a double run here, but we don't have any Yaku. That's the problem. So we have to fix this hand. We have to get rid of these ones. So hopefully someone will be kind enough to throw another 2 or 3 so we can call it this time. Only one of each have been thrown so far. 5, 6. We shouldn't call this. We're not going to. We might actually just have to bring this to an exhaustive draw this time. Just because we kind of fucked ourselves over. I didn't mean to call this. Well, I did, but, I mean, I shouldn't have. Hopefully we can make this happen as an exhaustive draw without dealing in the meantime. There's only 6 tiles left. I'm going to assume this person basically has a ready hand. We just need to keep getting sweet draws like that, so we can just throw it away. We're going to be on the last tile here. We're going to have to make a tough decision. I don't want to throw this 4. How many 4s are gone? 1 is gone. Yeah, that's not a good choice. We're going to take ourselves out of Tempai, unfortunately. Just so we don't deal in.
No 点
So they do get the repeat round, which is actually good for us, because now we have a second chance here to pull ahead. Kind of annoying that this person decided to rage quit. But we have to deal with it, I guess. We don't really want to open our hand. We've got a ton of honor tile, Dora tiles, so we have to make the decision of, do we play a greedy hand or do we try for a fast hand? I think we should try for a greedy hand. Got a dead pair here. 4-5, 3-4-5. Okay, we can get rid of our 9. Even though it's kind of obvious that we only have one character tile left. Hopefully nobody was paying attention to where that came from. One. We're going to assume that the 1s are going to be our extra pair, so that's why we can get rid of this stuff now. And we can maybe start working this down to being almost all. Okay, so that actually helps a bit too. So we are going to get rid of this 1. We've got 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. We just need one more 5, and then we can do a 6 here. That would be the best option. 3, 4, 5. That's good. So we can do that. Now, a 6 or a 5 is going to be basically the nut draw. Yeah, we don't really get it, but that's okay. We're close enough. We can do a 6 or a 9 because now we're in reach. Now we can play with a end tile if we need to. 2 9s have been thrown, so it's kind of likely that if someone draws it, it could come again. But no one's thrown a 6 yet, so that's also likely. That's a little concerning that this person's in reach now too. That's sad that we couldn't hold that extra Dora. Oh no. No! We needed that win, damn it. Oh, well, I mean, that should bring them to first place, and hopefully it's big enough that, and it is. Okay, so we'll hold our second place spot at least, with 26,000. Not a win, but better than nothing, I suppose. Better than, last. Alright. We're back up to 425. Alright, since Tokyo's here, we're going to take a look at his game real quick and see if we can spot the errors. Which you're not doing too bad, by the way, Tokyo. I mean, you've only played 3 ranked games, so I mean, a 2-game losing streak isn't that bad. But, alright, friends list. We're going to jump down to Tokyo. We're going to jump into his log. We'll go to his first loss here. Yeah, this would be his first loss, I believe. Alright, so what does he have? He's got 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 2 really good shapes down here. You can either go 1, 2, 3, draw 1, 1, and go 1, 2, 3. Or you can go 2, 3, 4, which is already put together. Then he has the extra 3 and 5, so another 4 would help. So this is set up nice. He's got 3, 3. So obviously we would need another 3. The 7 is isolated, so that could be thrown. And he's got a 5, 6 shape here, so that's good too. You did start with the honor tile, which is fine. I mean, you don't have to keep them. Sometimes I like to keep them around until I see somebody else throw one, because it is a value tile. So, I mean, that does kind of help sometimes. And then you have a north here. Doesn't help you at all because you're not sitting in the north seat, and it's the east round. So this doesn't really, I mean, it doesn't add any points to you. You can't use it as a Yaku. And so this is my wash. Yeah, so this was your mistake right here. Is you basically made it so it's almost impossible to win this hand now, because you pawned a seat win that's not the round or the seat that you're in. So this doesn't count as a Yaku. So you have 5, 6, 7. So now you're technically in Tempai. But like I said, you don't have the Yaku, so you can't win. Hey, bird. So the 7 was a good throw. That's fine.
Boom.
Yeah, so at that point, what I would have done was probably held the red dragon for now. Just because, right? Because you would need to put a Yaku together, and that would have at least given you a chance to, had you drawn some more. 1, 2, 3. So that actually limited your chances even more because you called a N tile here now too. So you would have to play with all N's. So that was kind of a mistake also. We keep advancing on here. Yeah, and so the other thing here is if we move back another stage, you already have, I mean, you do have a pair sitting here, but like I said, I mean, it wouldn't work, so pawning this didn't really help either. And actually, by pawning that, Tokyo, by pawning this here, now you've actually put non-N tiles into your open hand, and by pawning that, so now you've actually made it impossible to win. It was still possible to maybe put something together by playing with all N tiles and honor tiles, had you not pawned this. But since you did, this actually made your hand completely dead. So yeah, at this point, well, I mean, again, it doesn't matter because of the threes, but once you make this kind of mistake where you accidentally call a seat wind that's not yours or the round, you really do want to start collecting N tiles and honor tiles because that's basically the only way you can fix the hand. Either that or you're going to want to fold. Okay, kind of makes sense. Now you could convert this to a 1, 2, 3 if you had more draws. And holding on this to the 7, you could actually turn that into a 7, 8, 9 had you had more draws, and then you would have had to just worry about a pair, and and if you didn't call this. We can actually move to the final turn here because. All right, so actually, I mean, we can look at this real quick because had you not called these threes, you were actually now in a position you could actually save this hand. By having this turn into a 1, 2, 3, and then collecting a 7 and an 8 could have actually saved you, and then you would just had to worry about a pair. But again, this 3 is what just killed it. We can go to the last hand. Yeah, there's really nothing you could. There's really nothing you could do, and at least you didn't deal in here. So it goes to a no 10, which is fine. You're still in Tempai, so you got a few points, which is also fine. So, I mean, that's also something you can work for when you're stuck with a hand you can't win with. You can always just also try and go for an exhaustive draw like this and be in Tempai, so you can at least get a few points. And it also, since you're dealer, this should go to a secondary draw, and it does. Alright, so this is your repeat round, so we're still in the east wind. So I would actually save this east. You've got a Dora tile here, I would have saved that, and you could have saved your green. The green probably would have been the first one if I was going to throw an honor tile right away. Sounds good, Tokyo. But, because one of the greens is the Dora indicator, so there's less available. So I actually would not have thrown this Dora first turn. Otherwise, your shapes look good. You've got 3 8s. You've got an 8 9 9 8 here. So that actually, and a 6. So you would just need a 7, and then you could either cut the 9. Well, you'd probably want to just hold that and cut this 2, because the 2 is actually the only tile that's really isolated right now. With this shape here, 8 9 9, you can still do a 7 8 9 over here. And the east wind you can hold because it's your seat wind and the round wind, so that would be double points for you when you decide to throw it, which is fine. I mean, it's not wrong to sometimes just get rid of your honor tiles, but if you really don't think you're gonna ever draw any, but now lately my strategy has been to kind of hold on to them for a while, and just wait until somebody else throws one, and then start getting rid of them. So you don't have to worry about someone calling them down the road. Alright, so if we look at this here, they called their west wind. They're not sitting west, so we know a couple things. We know that they either have to have an honor tile to be able to pawn, to be able to win the hand, or they have to have something like this, which is a half flush. Basically playing in all one suit. We can kind of infer that they are doing that without actually seeing their... If we didn't... I mean, obviously you can't see their hand when you're playing, but you can kind of tell something is going on because they haven't thrown a character tile yet. They've only thrown bamboos and circles. And because they have thrown some bamboo and a circle that's not an end tile, you can kind of figure out that they're just basically empty. It's a good indication that they're just emptying out their hand to go for one suit. Let's see where we discard next. So you decided to chi the 1, 2, 3. That was kind of, I would say that's probably the mistake for this hand so far. Again, you're not set up to be an all outside hand or a half outside hand. Half outside hand would be having like this, a 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. All outside hand would be literally all just end tiles and honor tiles. So you're going to have a problem with this now. You're basically going to have to turn this hand into using only outside tiles and honor tiles. So this 5 doesn't help you anymore. This 6 and this 5 don't help you anymore either.
Digital Riichi.
So, I mean, there's not really much you can do. Obviously, when someone calls reach and you're this far away from... I mean, I'm guessing when you saw this setup, you thought you were probably pretty close. If you were able to complete this sequence out or get a triplet in one of these two, all you'd have to do is throw the 3, and then you'd be in tempi. But, I mean, the problem is because you called this 1, you can't win the hand. So, I mean, it's kind of deceiving when you're first playing. I think so far maybe one of your issues is you're just calling way too often before you know what exactly Yakus you need to have to win a hand. The other thing is, I mean, you can't really worry about this too much. I mean, when someone calls reach, there's not too much you can do. I mean, you can either decide to push or fold. And I think in this case, had you realized your mistake with the 1 here, I probably would have just chosen to start folding my hand down and then trying to see if I could fix it later on down the road. But I get the main thing you'd want to be doing right now is just trying not to deal into this. Mainly because you're sitting as a dealer, so you're going to be paying the most amount of points. I guess if you deal in, it's going to be all of you anyway. But if they sumo, which you can't really help, you are paying double points as everybody else. So you pawn the 8, so that does actually turn your head. But pawning these 8s actually turns your hand into a dead hand. Because now you have a mixed hand. So you can't win with this being an open hand unless you were to get 3 honor tile, 3 of the dragon tiles, either red, white, or green, or you were able to pawn the east winds. And since you already threw one, it would be unlikely. And then you have 2 of them, so it's... Basically, there's no way you can fix this now. I suppose we can jump ahead to our final spot here, because, I mean, you can't fix it. I know you're probably trying to at this point. You're basically in tempi. It looks like you could win this hand, but you should have a message that says no Yaku on your screen. And that's because, yeah, it's just, you just don't have a set hand that you can win with. Let's jump to the last tile. You pulled a 1. Was there any way you could fix this? Maybe you actually could have, but it would have really been difficult, so this was just basically a dead hand.
Kan. Tsumo.
Alright, so they were with Kan Sumo, that's fine. Nothing you can do about that.
電車本一
But then they
赤
played with
ド
the
ラ
Honitsu.
1
That was
満
huge.
願
Mangan. But you had to pay at least 4,000. Yeah, 4,100. The rest of the players had to do 2,000. So. All right. So hand 3. Finally moved on to East 2. You're starting off with 4-4. That's a good shape to hold. 5-7. You would just need a 6 here, so I would have held that. I would hold that shape. You have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have your 6, 7, 8 set up for you, and you could actually pull a 4 to complete that shape. So really, the only isolated tiles you have right now that aren't helping you at this point are the 1 and the 8. Again, the east wind is the round wind, so that's actually a value tile and would count as a Yaku, and obviously the white dragon would count as a Yaku. I would mirror the, see, instead of throwing that east wind right there, I probably, since this 1 is completely isolated, it's 2 away, you can't turn this into a sequence with the 4, I would have just mirrored that and just thrown the 1, most likely, or the 8. So you did throw away all your value tiles. Again, I mean, if you're close to being in Tempai, it's not a big deal. I mean, it works. Now you pull an 8, so you could do 7, 8 here. And you could still hold this 5, because you could either do... Because then holding this 5 with this 7, 8 shape right now, you could either get a 6 or a 9 to complete that. So I still would probably throw either this 8 or the 1. And you decide to throw the 3, which kind of breaks down this, because you already have this shape set up, this 8, 7, 6. So by holding this 3 with the 5, you would only need the 4, and that's gonna give you, that's more likely to give you a completed shape than the 1 or the 8 still. Now you paired up that 8, which is fine. I would probably hold on to that myself, see what happens with it, because, I mean, obviously the 8's no longer just completely isolated, and you could actually pawn that. And so the 1 is the only isolated tile you have left now. You do throw the 1, makes sense. Hey, Thomas. Okay, so you have pulled the second 8. In this position, what I would probably do is I would hold it. I would actually maybe hold this 8, because now you've worked this down to actually completing this shape. So now this 5 and 6 doesn't have a middle weight anymore. It's complete. What I would probably do is get rid of the 5 at this, or either the 5 or the 1 at this point. And you got rid of the 1, that's fine. Now you still have the 3 that you can get, or the 9, or a 6. You have 3 tiles you can pull to help you out. The 2,
ポン
that's fine. You're not really reducing your chances, but now you're stuck with a lot of pairs, and that can actually hurt you in the long run too. Especially with this, because it's so isolated, you could actually probably just get rid of the 8s.
ここでポン
Wait, yeah. Alright, so you decide to pawn the 4s, you got rid of the 5. That's fine, because that gets rid of your middle weight, so you still have your 7, 8, 9, or 6, 7, 8, so that makes sense.
リーチする
Alright, so now they're in Reach. Once they call Reach, you kind of want to look at what's happened on the table so far. All the tiles that they've previously thrown are safe. You want to try avoid some of the tiles that maybe you've thrown or the other players have thrown, because sometimes that they're using tiles you've already thrown as a trap. You pull a 4, which was no. All right, so you kept the 4, which ends up being a deal-in tile, which will come into play later. But you threw the 7, which deals in 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Yeah, this one deals in. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have thrown that. I mean, it kind of looks safe because 2 have already come out. You have the 3rd one, so you know they can't pawn it, but they haven't thrown really any other circle tiles. They've thrown the 9, so you know they're not going to be waiting on a 7, 8, 9. But yeah, they could have either this as a doing a pair, or you know having a 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, or a 5, 6, 7 pair shape. So probably not the best choice. What I would have done had this been me, back this up a second, I probably, yeah, honestly, this is just a tough spot you're in because of the kind of the way they call the Riichi. Both these tiles are deal-in tiles, and they both don't help. And the 4 is actually less helpful to you than the other one. So I mean, I honestly probably would have dealt into this one too, because I probably would have thrown this 4. I guess the only other thing I can think of is that I might have actually started just trying to fold this hand too. I might have actually thrown probably a 5. Just because they hadn't thrown a 4 yet, and this player already threw a 4 previously. And like I said, you don't always want to, you kind of want to try to avoid throwing tiles that somebody already discarded when someone calls Riichi. But honestly, it's highly likely I would have dealt into this one too.
リーチ一発ドラ1ドラ1マンガン
8,000. It's not. I mean, it's not horrible. It's a mid-sized hand, so kind of an average-sized hand. So you're in 4th place, which is not that bad compared to 3rd. You're still only 5,000 behind, so it's still doable to come back. All right, so you're set up really well on this hand. Actually, you've got the north seat. You've got north as a dead pair if you need it. You're sitting west, so you can't really utilize the west yet. But the round is the east round, so you can pawn this and have have 1 Yaku, and then you don't have to worry about anything else, and you can start calling things. So then you can call the north, but you do have a ton of value tiles. You've got 7, 8. That's a shape that's already done, but the rest of this is actually all pretty junky right now. Alright, so you paired up your 1s, which is good. Now you've got 2 shapes ready to go. You pawned your east, so now you're in a good position to win the hand if you can put if you're able to put it together. Because you're really only 1, 2, 3 tiles away. This is actually a really good shape, a pretty good shape for you. The 2 is the only isolated tile. That's not helping. In this position, you also have a good chance of going all outside, or half outside at least, because you could go 7, 8, 9, pawn 1s, and if you got a 3 or a 1 drawn, you could actually turn that into a 1, 2, 3. And then obviously if you drew an extra one, well, west is dead because they already pawned it. They're not sitting west, so you know they have to have something else. So you have to kind of watch what they're doing to try and figure out what hand they're trying to put together, because they currently don't have a Yaku. Yeah, okay. That's fine. I mean, like end tiles. Alright, so they're 1, 2, 3. So now you can pretty much see what they're doing. They've cheated the greens, and they've only thrown characters and circles. So you can pretty much guess at this point that they're just going for a half flush again. Okay, pawn that. Yep, okay.
Boom.
Alright, yeah, I mean, that works. I mean, they would have pawned it anyway, and then eventually, if you waited too long, it might have just been a winning tile, so that does work. Alright, so at that point, alright, so you threw the 4, I mean, you threw your 7 away, and kind of taking apart this shape. I don't know if I would have done that. I probably would have just thrown the 4 away, because it doesn't help you, it's just an isolated tile. You would have to pair it up, or you'd have to, you know, draw something around it to actually get it to start working. And I would have kept the 7 just through the 4. South. Is anyone throwing a south wind yet? Okay, 1 was gone, so yeah, that's fine. So now, I mean, so you did get the 3. So you have a shape here. Alright, so I would have thrown the 7 away versus the west wind. I know you can't do anything with it, but it is a safe tile in case you got into trouble later. You have the 3-4 set up here. The 7 doesn't actually help because it won't connect. You can't go 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's one tile too far away to actually help your hand, so I would just throw the 7 away. Three, 4, 5. Now let's throw your 7. And now you're ready, but unfortunately someone's gonna end up winning off of somebody else, I believe. That's right, you won this hand. Alright, that works. They're able to get it. Let's quick back up real fast, too. The only way you could have really improved this hand, I guess, would be... I mean, had you saved this south and just threw something else instead, you would have had that pair. But you'd be stuck there too. Like, I mean, you played it well. There's really nothing else you could have really done here. All right, no complaints. Can't really fault you on anything on that one. The end of this. That was all last, wasn't it? I think that was all last. No, this one is. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, this one's all last. Alright, so starting off the last hand of the round, you're only just about 30, you're only 4,000 away from third place, and you're only around 6,000 away from being in second. So, I mean, you do have a chance here. The norths again, you're not sitting north, so they don't really help you as far as forming a Yaku, so you can hold them as, you know, either drawing a triplet or having them safe tiles, or obviously having a pair. But you do have 6, 6, 3, 4, 5. This is pretty good to hold for a little while, and just to see how it develops, because you can get a 2 or a 5 to complete this shape as 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6. Or you can do a 6, 6, 6 also. The 1 is an isolated, so really the only isolated tiles you have right now are these 2 1s. Okay, so in this case, they called a double Riichi because literally they got a deal where they were 1 tile away, so they could call Reach immediately. That's an automatic 2. That's an automatic 2 Yaku, Han. So it doesn't matter. There's really nothing you can do about it. But the thing is, you basically at this point kind of either have to decide to fold and mirror tiles that everybody else is throwing, or and what they're throwing as well, or you have to just push, because there's no information you have that can tell you what they're going for at this point. So you're gonna have to you have to kind of watch what everybody else is throwing and what they're getting rid of to try and start piecing together what they're waiting for. In this case, it would be really difficult to do because, I mean, you wouldn't know this during the game, but they have 6 pairs here, so they're going for a 7 pairs hand. So it's going to be difficult. It would be difficult to try and figure out. So, I mean, on this one, it's basically the luck of the draw. So I would have, my decision would be to keep pushing at this point. And you're still pretty set up well. I mean, you have a pair here. You're still set up to put shapes together here. And all this is set up pretty well, so. Double Han. I think Han was a solo. Alright, so 5, 6. I would have kept that 5 even though you paired that up. I probably would have thrown my north winds at this point. Had you done that, you'd be working this down to being an all simples hand. You would just have to get rid of the 9 and these 2 norths. And by keeping the 6, you give yourself a couple more options. You'd have a 5, 5, 6, but you could also do, instead of just waiting on 1 5 to complete this shape, you'd be able to wait on either a 5 to make the triplet, or you could do a 4 and a 7 to do a sequence. And then you actually would have had that 4, 5, 6, and then you could have dumped off your extra 5 if you wanted to. I probably would have dumped off the 9 and kept working on these norths to get down to a all simples hand.
Sumo.
But it doesn't matter because they were able to sumo pretty damn quickly.
Double Riichi. Sumo. Cheatoi. Mangan.
All in all, Tokyo, I mean, it's not terrible gameplay. You just made a couple just super rookie errors. I mean, the same kind of errors I made when I first started playing. You just have to remember that you have to have a Yaku to win a hand. So I mean, it's not just about putting everything together, because sometimes, I mean, you obviously know now because you've done it a couple times that even if you do have a hand that looks like a winning hand, you can't win because you don't have a Yaku set up. So I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I mean, there were obviously things you could fix in that one. I guess for fun, we can quick look at your second game that you lost. Alright, so hand 1, let's see. Alright, so you have a good an alright deal here. You obviously have a Dora, so you might as well hold that for as long as you can. You have 1, 2, 3 already set up. 9 is an isolated tile, you can get rid of that. 1 is an isolated tile, you can get rid of that. 8 is pretty isolated, you can get rid of that too, but I would keep this one over the 1 because basically you can still do like, let's say you draw a 6 and then later on you draw a 5. I'd rather have a pair of 5s and then try and do the run with the 6, like a 6, 7, 8. And the 1 would still be useless, so I mean you can get rid of the 1. The 1, 2 shape works because you do 1, 2, 3 obviously, and then 7, 9 you would just need an 8 to complete that one out. You do have 2 value tiles here. Both your seat wind and the round wind, so you can hold on to those as long as you can, but they already threw a west wind, so you know you probably won't get a triplet of that, so you could probably just throw it. And it is possible. Obviously you just drew 1, so it is possible. Now, alright, so now this is not looking too bad. If you draw a 3, I would get rid of the 7, because now your 7 tile is completely isolated on its own, and it wouldn't really help you out much, but you could get 2 3s for a double run here for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This 8 is also still isolated, so basically 8s and 7s is what you want to get rid of at this point. Alright, so now that you got rid of, now that you paired this back, you got this set back up, you can hold on to it, but the problem is you're going to be in Furry 10 if, let's say, you get this hand down to Tenpai and this is what you're waiting on. You threw the 9, so even if this wasn't Tenpai, you would have to self-draw it yourself because you already threw it once. But I mean, it's fine. It's still early in the game. You can still self-draw yourself a 9 or a 6 to fix that. Alright, so you decided to bring that down to a pair. So now you've got a ton of pairs. So now, looking at this hand, Tokyo, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 pairs. I would try to pair the 1, 2, or 3, and then go for a 7 pairs hand at this point because you're already set up. Either that or pawn everything and get rid of the 1, 2, 3. These would be your dump off tiles. Okay, so now you're committed. You have to do all pawns hand, which looks like you're setting up for, because you got rid of the 1. I'm assuming you're getting rid of the 2. You do? Alright, good. Alright, so now you're in trouble. Sort of. But it doesn't matter, because someone won. The reason I wouldn't have done, I mean, that's fine. You're in Tempai in case it actually went to an exhaustive draw. But you can't do a 1, 2, 3 open. A double run 1, 2, 3 as an open hand. At least I don't think you can. We'll go with the Yaku list after this, but I'm pretty sure a double run has to be in a closed hand. But you had your seat win, so never mind. That actually would have worked for you. So forget what I just said. Alright. Quick opening hand analysis. You got rid of the 9, which is good. You have 6, 7, 8. You just need another 8 to complete a double sequence, or you can get a 5 to actually just complete 2 sequences out of this, which would be good. 2 is isolated. Same with 4 and 7. South is your seat wind. 1's been thrown, so you could get rid of it. West is not your seat wind, so you can actually get rid of that with no problem. Okay, so that's a mistake. I would have thrown the 2 or the west wind at this point, because holding that 7 would give you another 6, 7, 8. Or a 5, 6, 7. Or you could just wait until another 6 came and do 6, 6, 6 and get rid of the 7. 2, 3 is good. No one actually threw a green wind yet, so you probably didn't need to throw that. They have thrown a south wind, so it's unlikely you're going to be able to triple that up. I know you did last game, but that's just the odds are that you're no longer going to be able to use as a triplet. So I mean, I would have thrown probably the west wind first. That's not even my seat wind. Second tile I'd be looking to throw would be the south, and then get rid of the honor tile. Since none of them has been thrown by anybody, you have to assume that there's still some on the wall that you could draw. Alright, so west wind, that works. 2, 3, 4, got rid of the 8, that works. South, I mean, I would have just gotten rid of this 1, held the south as a safe tile. Now, I mean, it's pretty much safe against this player, but you don't know about these 2 yet, so you're kind of just, at this point, you're kind of introducing just a random tile that you just don't need. That could end up being a deal-in tile. I mean, the better choice probably would just been to get rid of the 1 when it came to you. North. What did you... Okay, so now you got rid of the 1, which is fine. But then you held the north, which I guess you could use as a safe tile, so it's not terrible. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now you're kind of stuck. Now you put yourself into a position where you have to pawn this. You kind of did that when you opened up your hand in the first place, but essentially you need to be able to pawn this or draw it yourself to be able to get a Yaku here. This west wind doesn't help you at all. The 2 didn't help you either, so that's fine. But you have to hold this as a pair now. This basically, at this point, you have to basically think of this as your dead pair. Alright, that works too, because now you have 2 dead pairs available. So you still have one triplet you can pawn, which is fine. Two doesn't help. and introduces a tile that someone can win off of. So I would have just thrown it right away and kept that east wind, because I would have just tried to keep the east wind until the final tile to throw, because we know it's safe, essentially, and then yeah, you'd be getting into a ready hand without worrying about someone immediately rounding you. Alright, that works now because, I mean, usually I would have just kept this as I mean, yeah, I mean, this does work to get rid of that 2 and replace it with the 8, I suppose. You can do a 7 now, but the problem is you threw a 7, so you'd be furry 10. So this is essentially become something you would have to call. I probably would have just kept throwing the deal tiles and just keeping this as a double pawn situation. You threw the 8 away, that's good because you're not in furry 10. Now you just need a 7 or a 6. One person does have a 6, but it's part of their sequence, so it's unlikely to come out, which you wouldn't know, which you wouldn't be able to know, but there's still one available. And actually, there's none available. Okay, so now you're in a dead hand situation, unfortunately, just because they do have the last 6, which obviously you wouldn't know. Alright, never mind. You could actually win on a 7 too. I wasn't paying attention, but 6s are out of the question. I mean, when you're kind of setting up your hand to where you're down to a weight, a single tile weight isn't very good. Like, if this was already set up as like a 5, 6, 7, or you already had 7s here or something, if we discount this all together, the problem that makes this a bad weight is you have 2 of them here, and you already called one. So you know there's only one more available, and with only I think it was like a half a dozen tiles left when this happened, it's unlikely you're going to pull it. Mainly because one of these players could be using it to set up their hands. It could also be up here in this completely dead wall that you can't that we don't draw tiles from. And unfortunately, this kind of becomes a deal in tile. So I guess the only thing I would have fixed on this one is I probably would never have thrown the 7 earlier on, because you probably would have had this set up as your 7 set up as a pair, and then you would have been able to one off of this 8. Had the deals pretty much been the same, which they pretty much should have been. I didn't really see any calls that would have disrupted the tile flow to actually get you to that point. So I think the mistake was getting rid of that 7 early on, and just kept just kept this 6-7 shape. And 2, 3. Your setup okay again. Door is 9. Unlikely, but you might as well hold it for a couple of go arounds to see if you can draw one. West winds again, no help to you really. You do have a couple honor tiles that would be value, green and white, so I would have kept that and probably thrown the south wind first. Your 4 is isolated, and that 6 was isolated, so that's fine. So I would not pawn this. Alright, so that's the mistake for this hand then. Essentially, you made it so it's going to be very difficult to win, but you're still set up so it's possible. You could pawn these 3 south winds, and that would give you another honor tile. You can pawn the 9s. You can go 7, 8, 9. Really, the only tiles that no longer help you with this type of hand, because you pawned something that's not your seat and not the round wind again. You have to play with an outside hand, or like do something like a half flush, where you're just playing with one suit. But you can still do a bunch with this. You have still 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 you would have to get rid of. So you pawn the 9s, which is fine, but then you throw the south. So I would have kept the south because none of them have been thrown yet to try and hopefully draw some. And got rid of the 4, or this 4. I would hold the 7 for now because you can get an 8 or a 9, and then you'd be set up for another 7, 8, 9. So that, alright, so that was a mistake. And this is a mistake. The reason why that's a mistake is because you're far away from Tenpai. It's almost guaranteed you can't win unless you notice that you have to get rid of these 4s and play with an outside hand. And because you conned these 2 tiles, you opened up 2 more Dora for everybody else. On the face of it, sometimes it's not a problem because this doesn't always work out. But if someone calls Riichi and they get a sumo, they can go for Uradora. So now there's actually 3 more possible Dora that we don't even see because they're underneath these tiles. Okay, so you threw the 9. Would not have done that. Again, you have to get, and you kept the 3. So, I mean, again, you have to get rid of these 4s and go into an all-outside hand. So it's basically... Okay, now it's essentially no chance. Sorry, Tokyo. I think I did watch... I think this is the other round I actually watched. Obviously, I recognized the 2 pawns that... I mean, the 2 cons that you did.
嫌なものを見せちゃったね。
Alright, so see, I mean, had you... See that? Why now you can kind of see why it was a mistake to throw that 9 in the first place, because then you would have had 2 9s set up. And that would have gotten rid of both your 4s, most likely. Had you just been essentially dealing out. And that's where you fell in. That's okay.
Riichi, none.
Alright, so... Yeah, I mean, the biggest mistake was the cons, obviously, and then pawning too fast. The reason I would not have thrown the south is mainly because we don't know it's safe yet, and you threw one earlier, so you can kind of... Like I said, sometimes players will target tiles that you've previously thrown, especially if they start recognizing that you're a new player, because it's just something that you're not going to really think about when you're brand new. So I'm thinking that's probably what they did. Once they got lucky enough to have 2 of them, they just decided to hold on to it and see if they could either self draw or just have you deal in. Hey, Captain. I think the saver, yeah, I think what you should have done was just hold that. You should have held the south wind in the beginning anyway and not thrown that anyway, because that could have turned into your dead pair. And then, yeah, obviously the 9s you wouldn't have wanted to get rid of until you had to. The biggest thing was, in order to save this hand, you would have had to get rid of all these 4s. Alright, we are on East 4, all last. You are sitting north this time, so you do have your seat wins you can pawn, and then you can start calling like crazy because... because you do have a Yaku at this point. You're in 4th place, though. You're a good almost 10,000 points behind, so at this point, you don't really want to call this if you don't have to. You're already in last place. You can't get any worse. At this point, you'd probably want to try and play with a closed hand. That way, obviously, you're concealing what you have, so it makes it a little bit more difficult for everybody else to know what you're going for. And also, closed hand is obviously going to be worth a lot more points if you win the hand and then an open hand. So, yeah, this is one of those spots where, yes, you can pawn just if you want to get the game over with, but it's not. It's probably not something that you want to do. You probably want to just play this as a as a closed hand. We're not tearing you apart. We're trying to help you. This west wind doesn't help you at all. This one doesn't help you at all. Now this west wind does help as a dead pair. Or as a triplet. Well, you have a good shape here, 4, 5, 7. So you could either do a 3, 6, or a 6 to complete the sequence. Same down here, you have 4, 6, 7. So you can do a 3. That's good. So now you've got 2 really good shapes here to work with. The 4 is your only isolated tile at this point. That's complete, so you got rid of your 4. That's good. Alright, that's the mistake so far for this one. Back up a minute. The 2, no help to you. It kind of seems like it would because you're adding a tile to a weight here, but you're already set up so well. I would just start waiting for tiles to fill these sequences out and complete your hand, and just threw the 2 away. By getting rid of the 6, you're kind of limiting what you can do now. I mean, it's kind of just an exchange, but still, it's not the best. That's not too bad. Since you did the 2, I don't really disagree with keeping the second 2 and then throwing the 7. That's fine. But now you're breaking a pair up again, so that's kind of weird. If you're going to break a pair up, I probably would have broken up the west. Two in a row, that's a little strange too. What did you draw? Through the 4, so you could have won 2, 3, 4 had you kept your 2. Yeah, I mean at this point, like I said, because you're so far behind, I probably would start. I would get rid of the west wing because they don't add to your score. Even if you do triple them up, it would add to your score if you got the north. So I would keep that. But yeah, I'd probably, instead of getting rid of the 2 and the 4, I would probably get rid of the west. I would have started dumping off these west winds. Because now you have an isolated tile. Obviously, you wouldn't know this when you're playing, but now you have this isolated tile becomes a deal-in tile, which isn't good. Yeah. Ouch. I can see the logic of holding that Dora tile, especially this late in the game. Okay, so it is a repeat round, so that wasn't all last then. Alright, so we do have one more round to go. But if we go back, we can't go back. But, I mean, I do see the logic of holding that Dora tile. I don't remember if we saw any other ones thrown. So, I probably would have done the same thing. But yeah, I think the only real mistake was instead of trading out your 2s and whatnot, I would have definitely gotten rid of the west wind first, because you would have drawn that second 2. Actually, you know what? Let's go back. Well, never mind, we won't. But you would have actually gotten to Tempai first, and you would have been able to throw that 4 before it became a deal-in tile. Had you kept your 2s and gotten rid of the west winds instead. Alright, so we're in turn 2. You have 4, 5, you're set there. You've got a Dora tile, so you might as well hold that and try and complete that shape. The 1 is your only isolated tile here. You can get an 8 to complete this sequence. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is actually not bad at all because you can get a 1, a 4, or a 7 to start completing this sequence out. And you can actually turn this into 2 if you wanted to, with a 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6. Alright, so that would have paired that 1 up. And that would have given you a pair to work with down the road. But I'm guessing you're probably looking at the 3s at this point. All these norths were thrown. So I would have thrown the north. 2 easts have already been thrown. So these are basically dead tiles to you right now. So I would have actually thrown either one of these versus the 1. Yeah, I would have also kept that too. That would actually help you out down here. Also, we do know that 1 white tile has already been thrown, so we know it's a safe tile since nobody pawned off of it. So instead of throwing this 1 and this 2, I would have started getting rid of my honor tiles. Alright, so that was a weird discard. I'm not sure why you did that one. I'm guessing you just didn't notice it. That completes the shape, 4, 5, 6. And then... I'm not sure why you threw that one. I'm guessing you just didn't notice, which is fine. It happens to me too sometimes. Or it was a misclick. You just were clicking badly. Alright, and also there, you missed that one too. I would have completed 1, 2, 3. So you would have completed 2 shapes here. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. You could have gotten rid of the extra 3. Completes it again, but you throw it again. So I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure why. Alright, so then and then again. Alright, so at this point I'm guessing you're just mad. Because you're giving up opportunities, obviously, with the giving up the 1, and by giving up the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, you got a 2 here, so that would have brought you closer to 1, 2, 3. And you're still holding on to essentially dead tiles over here that you can't do anything with. The north, 2 have already been thrown, and 2 east have already been thrown. So yeah, I'm guessing that you're just mad at this point, which I've been there. And unfortunately, you're gonna probably deal in here. Confusing his opponents might be true. Alright, well, at least they run into it, but... And then this is a winning hand then. Alright. Yeah, I mean, not terrible gameplay, even on the second one. I mean, you just made a couple just crucial errors or in a couple hands, that's all. And I mean, it just comes with experience. You'll learn to, as you learn to play, you won't make those kind of mistakes, and hopefully you'll get better. But I mean, like I said, you've only played 3 ranked games, 2 in a row losing, not bad at all. So I mean, I wouldn't get discouraged yet. I mean, some of it's one of those games where I feel like it's half skill, half luck. I mean, if you don't get the tiles, you're not gonna. There's no way you can win anyway. So, I mean, it's not terrible. Just fix a couple of these small mistakes, and you should be doing fine. Let's just go to the Yaku real quick. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure a double run can only be done as a closed hand. Ipeiko. Alright, so with a closed hand containing 2 identical sequences. Yeah, so yeah, that does have to be closed. So you can't, so you couldn't, so like when we were talking about where you called the 1, 2, 3 or whatever, or what it was. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is more for me anyway, because I've been wondering this for a while. Alright. Not bad. We're gonna get into our game ourselves here. No, Thomas, you should never get discouraged. You should always strive to be a champion, no matter what. You're gonna hit bad pass. I mean, I can show you my win-loss record. I went on a losing streak of about 6 or 7 games not that long ago. It was really aggravating, but, you know, once you work through it, it's fine. It happens to all of us. 3rd place, obviously, is better than 4th. especially when you're playing ranking games. You're not going to lose quite as many rank points, but... Alright, so our first hand. Let's see if we can avoid some of the mistakes we were talking about. We're sitting north, so these honor tiles don't help us, really. We can actually start dumping them off. Sweet. Sounds good, Tokyo. The 1 doesn't help, it was isolated. This actually is okay. We can do a 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. So we just have a 1 gap per tile. And 2 spots here. This 2 is completely isolated. It doesn't really help us. Maybe, I'm going to try and see if maybe we can draw another circle here that gets close to it. So we're not going to throw it quite yet. 1, 1. We've got a pair here we can work with. And the 9s we can work with. 6 is better than the 2. Sorta. Just further away from the edge, so it gives us more options to link it up with something else. We don't want to pawn that because we'll get stuck with a no Yaku hand, so we're going to get rid of this green now. Even though no one's thrown one, but our hand is starting to come together, so we don't really need it anymore. Pick up our third 9, which is good. The 6 no longer helps because it's not linking up with anything else, so we can just get rid of it. Still have 6, 7, 8. That's a complete shape. We have a 3, 4, and we're just holding this. Well, now the 6 does. Thanks a lot, 6. But now we've got the 3, 4, so we can turn it into a 3, 4, 5 or a 4, 5, 6 and get rid of the extra 1. Plus, we can do a 1, 2, 3 here also. So we got a couple options there. We can't do an all simples hand. We would have to get rid of 5 tiles. That's just way too far away from Tempi to actually attempt that. So we gotta kind of go with what we have. Of course, now we're just getting all circles to connect with that 6. So. 4, 5. We can get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of the 6 now. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the 6. Doesn't hurt us because we can still do 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Hold the 1s as a pair. Alright, so definitely our 1s are gonna be a pair now because we can't do anything else with them. And we get the 3, so we can reach the 7. And we still have 4 2s and 4 5s available, so that's a good reach. And we can just walk right into a sumo. Because that's just the way it goes. So we just throw away an extra 1,000 points for no reason. Damn it. I mean, sometimes you can play a hand well and shit like that happens. Alright, so we have got 3, 4. We can get rid of this 1. Doesn't help us right now. We need a 7 no matter what. So we're going to get rid of this 9 because that preserves this shape setup. Got 2, 3 on the 6, 6, 7, so that's good. So these 2 tiles are pretty isolated now. You don't really want to use them anymore. We're just going to work on with what we have here. We do have an opportunity to convert this into an all simples hand if we want to try for a quick win if we need to. Uh, 5, 6, 7. We can do that. We'll do that. We'll get rid of that. We're not going to pawn this, mainly because we need to have a pair set up. We are going to get rid of our Dora though now, because we did open our hand up, so we have to play with an all simples hand. We'd rather get rid. If we're going to get dump Dora, I sometimes find that it's a little bit better to do it early on than later, just because I'd rather not have a Dora be a heal in hand. East, no one's thrown in East yet. But we're pretty set up pretty well, so I think we're gonna just throw it.
Boom.
We'll let them call it. Fine. 6, 7. Alright, this 6 is actually worse than that one. So now we have a 6, 7 set up. We go 5, 6, 7 or 6, 7, 8. And we still have this as a 7 we can call. 1 7's gone, so we don't really want to wait on the 7. We don't have to. Of course, now we get the 6, 6, 7, so we could have gotten rid of these two and been in better shape. Alright, 3, 2, 2, 4. I think this is going to be our next dump tile. We're going to keep this intact. 2, 3, 3, 4. We need a 5. We can throw this 4. We know it's safe against this player. 6 is not really safe because this 7 could come from a 5, 6 5, 6. No, it couldn't. A 2, 3, 4. That helps us. And they're just gonna sumo and win anyway.
Riichi! 一発! Tsumo! 赤ドラ1!
Nothing we could do. We're barely in last place now, unfortunately. We do have our north seat now, and we have a possible east wind we can pull. Yeah. 3 actually doesn't actually help us out, so we're just gonna get rid of it.
Pon!
Yeah, okay.
Pon!
Alright, we can go 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5 now, so we can get rid of that. We do need to work on a pair. Didn't even notice that until so. The next thing we need to work on.
私の番だ.
Probably didn't need to throw that. Okay, now we have our pair set up, so we're just gonna get rid of the 7 now. We're gonna hold our east wind as our final tile to throw if we get into tempi here. 7 would be the best draw for us. Mainly because then we'd have a 2 side. No, never mind. We'd still only have a 1-sided weight, a 4. But 4 has already been thrown, so that's actually kind of good for us. Because it means it's kind of likely it might come out again. If we can get into tempi with it. But we're waiting on 2 middle tiles, which kind of, well, an end tile here. And then a middle one here, but it's just a single tile weight on both these sequences, so it's gonna be kind of rough. And now we have to be worried. Very worried. We don't really want to throw that, so we're gonna throw the east wind now, because that's safe. They pawn so much, we're gonna start watching where these tiles come from, and they did come from their deal, so... Run. Oh, wow. Nice.
Riichi!
Alright, so I'm gonna assume all 3 players are ready at this point. So I think... Someone's got it. There it is. I was gonna say, for me, I had to fold, so I would have done a 9 next. Alright, without doing anything, that brings us back to 3rd at least. Alright, we have a okay deal. 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3. We need another 3. 3, 4, 5. That actually works for us. 1, 2. We're gonna actually get rid of this white wind. We could actually try for 1, 2, 3 in all 3 suits also if we really wanted to. Or we could pawn that and go for an all outside hand, but we're still pretty far away. So we're gonna pass for now. We're also gonna pass on this one too. We are gonna get rid of our 1 here in case we need to have a pair set up. Even though we have a bunch of pairs right now, we could actually go for an a 7 pairs hand right now if we really wanted to. So maybe we'll hold this 5 in case we draw a red 5. That would be nice. 1, 2, 3. That would be chi. No. Maybe we're gonna do that and start maybe working our way down to all bamboos also. So we still have a couple options we can do. Now that we said that, we're not gonna draw any more bamboos. All right, so now we can start pawning. One, two, two. So we have 4 more pawns left. So 1, rid of that, rid of that. Definitely we're gonna try and hold on to the 9. That's fine. You can con that all you want. You just open up another Dora for us. Thank you. So now we will, if another 3 were to come out from this person, which is unlikely, but we would definitely G that 3. 5, 6, 7 we can do. 4, 5, 6. Alright, we're gonna go 4, 5, 6. We're gonna get rid of this 1. Hopefully we can do a 1, 2, 3. Actually, we can't do that because we'll have an end tile. So we actually screwed that up. Alright, so that was a mistake. Should have held that. Oops. Oopsie doopsies. We're gonna just get rid of these 2s now and start working our way towards a an all bamboo hand. 5, 6, 7. We've got that working. Shit, we'd be in Tempai if we didn't screw that up. All right, so they gave us another chance at a Dora here. We should probably not chi this. That would be a 5, 6, 7, and we'd have an extra tile, so we're gonna pass. You got the 5, thank God. So that actually helped. 5, 6, 7, 5, 3. We need a 4. We would have to get rid of this 1 and pair up a 9. We're kind of in. We're a little stuck here. We're a little bit stuck. All right, 1 is okay. So we're definitely gonna throw the 1 next. When we can. One of the 4s is gone, which is unfortunate. We need that to complete a sequence here. And now we have to worry about this person being in Tempai. Alright, so now 0, 2's left. We are gonna do this. We're gonna get rid of the 1, even though that takes us not in Tempai, but that's okay. We can still maybe make this work. We just would need a lucky 4 draw. We need a 3. Would be best. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it doesn't help us, so never mind. Fuck, we're screwed. Typhoon's approaching. You keep losing the stream. Oh no. Not good. Down to 9 tiles. It's going to be unlikely we're going to win this. It'd be nice to just at least get into Tempai. But we're going to probably fail at doing that. I don't want to deal in. So we're going to play it safe no matter what. 6 is safe against 2 players, so that's probably our next tile we're throwing. Oh, we could throw this 9. Fuck it, we're doing it. Don't win. Alright, at least you didn't win. We're okay. We need a 4 to hit. So we can at least... Oh, fuck. Shit. Shit. Ron. Oh my god. 4. Please. Alright, could have been worse. We're still 10,000 behind, so it's unlikely we're winning this hand. We're not sitting north, but it'd be sure as hell nice to get that to, we're gonna try and go with the Honitsu. Keep the west whites in case we can pawn that. Okay, this is kind of one of those weird hands that are going to be kind of difficult. We can pawn the 9s. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 7. We could actually... Alright, we're going to sacrifice the Dora. Even though we'd like to keep it. We still get to... We still have one... I mean, it would have been nice to get a whole bunch of Norths, but since they threw one, the best we could do is hold it, get a pair of Norths, so that's fine, I guess. We'll do that. We can get rid of this 9, wait for an 8, or we could do that, wait for a 9, or a... Alright, we're gonna do that, because now we're waiting for a 9 or a west wind. So that's a better wait than just waiting for the 1 tile.
G.
And obviously, and honestly, since these are both, well, with an end tile and an honor tile, it is likely if someone draws them, or if they have them in their hand, it's kind of likely that they'd come out for us, because they wouldn't really help other people. Now we're just going to get unlucky draws, and we're probably going to end up running into this person or this person, just because that's the way it's going to go. Come on, what? What would this do for us? Same thing. I mean, it might help if I was just throwing away. Like if I threw away that 2, this 2 when I drew that 2, it could look like I was still trying to put a hand together. Because just constantly throwing away what you're drawing kind of signals that you're ready to go. At least we're drawing safe tiles. Come on, we need our tile before you get yours. Damn it. At least it wasn't last place here, but we needed that hand to be bigger because it's not helping us out. We're firmly stuck in 3rd place still, and we get a shitty draw. We've got 6, 6, 5, 6, 7 set up for us. 7, 8, 9 could come. We have an extra 5 here, so that's good. We're gonna get rid of this 9. Now we have a double-sided weight on both sides here. We have a 7 or a 4. We're sitting west, but 1's already been thrown, so we can get rid of the west wind. The 3 actually is nice to have because it's a Dora. We can make use of it later, maybe. This east wind we can now get rid of. The 9 doesn't really help us, but we might as well start dumping off some of these extra tiles and resetting our hand now rather than later. Of course, we draw the west wind after we throw it. Now we're just going to get honor tiles to piss me off. Of course. Alright, so they've called the south wind, so that's not really help to them. So I'm assuming they need one of these honor tiles. So might as well get rid of them now since they're going to have to call them anyway. I'd rather just have them call versus having them win off of it. And of course they pawn that, so that makes 3, 4, 5 a little bit more difficult. We'll do that. Getting a little tired of only drawing honor tiles. This is one of those games that sucks. Alright, we're gonna pawn this. We're gonna get rid of the 9. Being closer to Tempai here than we will consider. Of course, the fucking 8 wow. One of those games that just want to just anger me. put the exclamation point in that I'm not gonna win it.
ポン
Alright,
これ
this
はど
player
うだ
has to be ready at this point. Nine? What? Wait, what the hell did they throw? 6?
ポン カン
We got our pair back, which is good. We can't do this with a 9, unfortunately. Alright, so we're just gonna do that, and we're gonna wait on the Dora tile. There's 3 of them left. Hopefully someone accidentally throws it, thinking that we don't have it. I mean, it's pretty obvious it's a circle, and it's probably gonna be the Dora tile because we threw the 4. We threw the one right next to it, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky, and someone will discard a Dora, or we'll at least draw it ourselves. How many Norths have been thrown? None have been thrown. Don't want to throw our Dora away. This is obviously not a good weight, but I mean, it'd be awesome if we win with it because that would increase our hand value, but it's just a shitty weight because
もう
most likely
あな
no
たた
one's
ち
ever
グル
gonna
な
throw
の
it.
どうしても一緒がいいの
Especially when someone's down to literally 1 tile. I mean, that gets to a point where they're probably just gonna play defensively, which makes sense. Three. Oh, so close. 3. 3. Ah, boo.
天杯
Alright, so they had the other 2 3s, so I'm glad I didn't throw that because we would have actually dealt into their hand. We did choose the right tile to discard to go into Tempai with, but it made it so we couldn't win, unfortunately. We also stopped them from a huge ass hand.
ポンこれはどうだ
We're not calling that. We're still in East 2. We can't get off this damn round because this person keeps winning. Fire guns.
Chi 私の番だ
I feel like we should just reset this entire hand. I mean, we're 1 away here, 1 away here, 1 away here. So I guess we can roll with this and hope for the best, but kind of one of those hands where you're just kind of stuck and pretty much you're not going to win it. Unless you get some super lucky draws. That helps a little bit. 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7 plus the 2 9s. That's better than the 7 because we can go 1, 2, 3 now here and get rid of the excess 1. There it is. Five, 6, 7. 6 is less useful than the 3, 3, 4. Would have been waiting on a 5 to complete that anyway with the 3, 4, 5, so 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Yeah, it doesn't really help our hand any. Now we're kind of just stuck in. Hopefully, we get a draw that we can use and get into reach here. And there it is. And thankfully, it's a Dora tile, so that actually helps. So we should go. Alright, I mean, that works. We've got 4 tiles available. All 4 3s are still out there somewhere. Hopefully, they're not in their hand. And we can actually win one this time. No Ipatsu for us. That would have been nice. Give us some extra points. But right now, it's going to be Reach, Dora. It's only going to be a 2,000 point hand, so we don't really have much here. And we don't need to worry about it because they get the luck of the draw. And they get the 2,000 points instead of us. That's sad. Still need to win a hand here. Not looking good for us. 7, 8, 9 set up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This 4 is useless. Not anymore. We're gonna get rid of the east to make it look like maybe we already have a triplet of something here. We'll hold our seat win for now. And just kind of discard our own draws now until we can hopefully get something we can use. Got 2 Dora. That's good. Yes. Have a good day, Tokyo. I guess a nut draw for us would be a 3. Or a 3 or a 3, actually. Or just draw the white wind ourselves. We can play it as a closed hand, but if we have to open our hand up, we have to open our hand up. I mean, we could have called that. Got a Dora triplet, because I'm pretty sure we'll end up getting our white wind here. Of course, we get the east wind too. We could have had. Alright, now we're doing it. Still don't have Tempai yet. I think the best thing to happen would be if someone throws another 2, we're definitely pawning it. Getting rid of this 3, and then we'd be in Tempai. Otherwise, we're gonna have a 1 tile wait either way, which isn't ideal. I think we missed our opportunity pawning this 2. 2, 3, 4. No. So we're kind of passing up opportunity. Yeah, never mind. We're not gonna win it. Sucks. Another 1,000 point hand. We could have had another large-ish hand. And we're too far away, so basically I mean, we're kind of hoping that one of these 2 deals into an enormous hand from one of the either one of these people win off of either one of these 2, and it's a huge hand, so it just drains their points. Because right now, the only way to really get into second place would be a major screw up here from these 2 players, just exchanging points and then helping us out with us having to do nothing. But even that would be almost impossible. They would have to drop 20-some thousand points, and I just don't see that happening. We're pretty much assured ourselves a 3rd place finish this time.
Bon. これはどうだ?
Uh, 4, 5. We can go 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. That would actually work. We can do that as an open hand, so we can open up if we need.
ロン、シャ、
I'm down to 5,900. 19,500. Ended up in 3rd place. That's wipes out what we did last game. 5? Is that what I just said? Ick. Not the way we wanted this day to go so far. Now I'm back down to 405.
デー
Back
タ
to
バ
where
ー
we
ジョンの
started.
極みは効率と確率を
Make ourselves happy by grabbing some missions here. We still need to win by sumo one time. We haven't done that
よう
yet
こ
today.
そ
And we still haven't been able to call Ron yet either. Good God.
これを切ればいいんじゃないか。
Alright, let's hope this one goes a little bit better. It's all part of my master plan. It's very Thomas. All part of my master plan. I have to make them look like I'm weak before we dominate them. Tokyo's already gone, but I didn't even notice. I didn't even see that, sorry, but when you see this later, yeah, I'll probably be playing after Jeopardy. A little bit at least. Fuck it. Normally I hold on to value tiles for a little bit longer, but since we do have shapes set up already, essentially across the board, really no need to hold on to them right now. Three, 6, 7 here. Or 9.
ちゃん、リーチするよ。
Jesus Christ. I'm not surprised, Thomas.
ロン、
Surprised about that, though. Jesus
リ
Christ.
ーチ一発、ドラ2、ドラ1、漫画。
Of course it's huge. Fuck you, weird king. Damn it. Not a good deal for us either. Not at all, actually. 1, 3, 7, 8, 9 is set up for us, but that's pretty much it. I mean, all this is okay because we're just a 1 tile gap away. So, I mean, that's fine, I guess. But everything else is kind of shit. This is coming together now. We can do 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. The 4 is helpful. Ish. We have 6, 7, 8 already set up, so we just did another 7 there. Yeah, I think we're close enough to start pawning things, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of that. We have to still get rid of our 9 and white now. Come on, really? Are you just gonna give me all end tiles now? Maybe one of these nights where we can't win a game?
G.
We're gonna go into I'm gonna go into a losing streak now. Alright, our 5s are paired up. Yay.
Pon.
Go pawn. We can chi this, or we can chi down here. We can't pawn the 5s right now.
Arigato.
There we go. 7, 5, 8. Wait. 7 seems. I mean, it's gonna be the same, right? 5, 8, no matter what. Yeah. We're double-sided at least. And we've got 4 and 3 available. Hopefully. Hopefully we can get there before. There we go. Thank you.
ラン。
One minute, Dora,
計
Dora.
算通りだな。単ヤオ。赤ドラ2。
3,900. Not where we wanted to be, but whatever. At least that reduces some of the damage. West doesn't help us. East will help us. Double points for that one. 7, 8, 9 we can do. 8 is isolated. Alright.
ここでポン。
2 is isolated, doesn't help us. And the rest of our shapes are good, so these 2 tiles are basically our extras right now. 7 we'll get rid of. Could have got rid of the 2 in the south instead of the last discard we made, and we would have had 7, 8 set up, and that would have been nice because we would have had 7, 8. We could have won 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And we can pawn this if we need to. Get rid of the south. We're in okay shape. We got the third 8 that we needed. So we will do this to keep an option open because now we can use a 7. We just need to worry about getting this shape set up.
ポン。ここでカン。
Opens up another Dora, but doesn't help us because we don't have any dragon tiles. Damn it.
Pon.
Uh-oh. Damn it.
ここでチー。
Wonderful. Shit!
リーチ、スモ、ピンフ、ドラ1、ドラ
Oh
2、
my
羽
god.
マン。
6,000. Had to happen when I was in dealer to put us in 4th place. Fucking wonderful. Now we're in last. God damn it. Six, seven, eight, nine, nine, 2, 3, 4. We're basically set up. And we just need to not screw this up. We have to play a closed hand. We're gonna drop below 400 points. For sure. Good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 away. One away from Tempai. It would be Riichi, Pinpu, Dora Dora, most likely. And 6 again.
ねえねえねえ、ちー。
Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, we're planning on the 9s being the pair, so that's fine. Man, we just need a 6, a 3, or a 2 or a 5, and we just can't pull it. Bullshit. We're gonna start running out of tiles we can win on. No one's actually played any of them yet. Well, the 5 just got played. There we go, finally.
デジタルリーチ。はいはい。
Oh, come on!
キュン、赤ドラ1。
Unfucking believable. Ouch, 12,000.
データマージャンの極みは効率と確率を極めれば全てのことを数字で説明できると信じている。
First, 4th place win and loss in a while. We're gonna have to worry about getting demoted now. That's bullshit. Alright. One more for sure. If we lose again, I might have to rage quit. I might rage quit for the night. And jump over to some poker for a little bit and then maybe come back. I don't know what we'll do. But that's infuriating when that happens. Oh, what the hell am I doing? My turn. Alright. 5, 6. 8, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7. Absolutely nothing. Waiting for Honitsu this time.
ここでポン。
I guess we can fix this a little bit. We don't have to worry about just playing with a Honitsu or an all outside hand because we did call the
Riichi!
dragons, so it's kind of why I kept the door in my hand for now.
これどうしないと
See if maybe we can get that to connect to
大丈夫
something.
麻雀の
But
神
we have to
様が
play defensively
私を
now
愛してく
anyway.
れると信じて
Which
る
kind of blows. Close to being able to do this with Honitsu, though. We know they can't win. This person can't win off of a 5 at least.
ポン。
We're gonna throw it. 6, 7, 8.
C ありがとう
You can do a 5 or an 8. Be helpful. This is probably not good, but we're gonna push anyway.
ごめ
And
ん
of
これ
course.
のリーチドラに
God damn it. Kind of pushing for no reason. Probably shouldn't have done that. Definitely shouldn't have done that. We actually have a really good deal this time, so if we lose this hand, it's kind of my fault. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. So yeah, I mean, let's just discard until we get what we need. Hopefully, we'll get it quickly. We're not playing with any calls because we have. Well, we can't call a 9. We can call a 6 and get rid of this 1 if we really wanted to, I suppose. But not anymore. Do that. We have an extra 1 sitting here now. But we could get another 3 and go... Or another 2. I suppose. Yeah, okay.
ここで
we'll do
ポ
that.
ン。
1, 2. Shit. We just screwed ourselves. My Dora greed got to me again.
C
Now we have to dump these 1s off, so now we're actually worsening our hand than it was. Oops. Unless we can convert this into an all circles hand. But I don't think we're going to have time to do it. We have way too many extra tiles here. 4 more to go. Alright, we can maybe make this work now. Maybe. No one's all the easts are gone. Probably could have held that as a safe tile and started throwing these more dangerous tiles away. Alright, 3's good. We can get rid of the 3. Should have pawned that. Pawn, pawn, pawn. Yeah, we should have pawned that, because then we would just be waiting to pair up something. So, oops. Oh well. It happens. Alright, we're gonna do it
こ
now.
こでポン。
Shit. The 1s have to be a... I didn't realize they threw a 1
赤ドラ
already.
1
So the 1s would have ended up being a pair. I was counting on someone throwing a 1 that we could pawn. Oops. Alright. I need to focus. Can't call that. Now we're making just bad choices. That kind of happens when you're after you lose a bunch of times. You're essentially it's kind of like in poker when you just get tilted. You start making stupid choices, just trying to get that win. 8, 7, 6. We have 5, 5. That works. 7, 6, 7, 8. That works. 4, 5. We're 1 away from Tempai, I believe. Yeah. We need a... double sequence. Now we're one away from Tenpai. So if we can fix this sequence here, we can get a double run, which would be 2 Han. Dora, 1 Han. If we can do it as a closed hand and reach, that would be another Han. And sumo, I suppose that would be another one, but I'd be a bit unlikely. There we go. Wait, what the hell just happened? Did we do this? We'd be in Furry Ton if we do this, so we can't really do this. Shit. I think doing that, now we're gonna be in Furry Ton no matter what. Which kind of sucks. Actually, no, we could get something down here to work out. Ah, shit. And then get rid of the 3. And then we'd be waiting on something in the characters. So we still have a chance of doing this. But I just felt like... I felt like a self-draw on that off of that Furiton would have been impossible and we'd be stuck with a set hand. So that's the reason I passed that up. Which probably was a good idea, but... Well, it definitely was, because we lost anyway. And we would have given up an extra 1,000 points we wouldn't have needed to. We're not far away from second or third, so we just need to get ourselves out of 4th place here. But I think what we're going to do is... we're going to push. 1 away from Tenpai. We need that third red dragon. We can get rid of this. We want either a 1 or a 4 of characters to self-draw here.
Pon.
Not enough. It's only 2,000 points, unfortunately. So we would need this player to deal into us. And someone to call a reach. And for us to also win the hand, so we could collect an extra 1,000 points. So it's going to most likely be another 4th place finish. Oh well. It happens. And we're on the road back to first Dan, because we're gonna probably get demoted tonight if we keep this up. There we go. Finally, we win a friggin' hand.
計算通りだな、ジュン。
1,000. Ah, man. 20,800 for 4th. 20,800? Yeah. And boo. Ouch.
時々、すべての確率を計算できたとしても、
Alright, we are gonna play another
勝てない
one, but I need to take a quick break.
Yo,
So
Kasa.
select this real quick. So we got this done at least. What else do we need to do? Need to win by a sumo once. We can complete all the daily point stuff. Alright, I will be right back, and we'll probably play one more here tonight, and then call it a night. But, 1 second. All right. The day started off going so well. Oh man, we need to
目
fight for
標
this
達
now.
成のためには
Can't win, we
時には
can't be
冷酷な
losing
手段も
anymore
必要だ。
tonight.
君のような甘い
Need
考
a win.
えはあまり好きじゃないな。
Back this. We're gonna play one more East only for sure, obviously, and then we're gonna probably play a full Hanchan after this one. Starting in dealer, 2, 3, 5, 6, 6. Lots of characters.
Pong!
Jesus. Everyone's off to a fast start, but us, of course. Okay, the 3s and the 5s we can convert into 2 sequences. So that's fine. This 9 is off on its own. We get rid of that. Alright, we're gonna pawn that. We're gonna start dumping off our 1s. Four, 5, 6 works for us. We're gonna dump off this 1. We could have gotten rid of that 5 and just had that sequence sitting there, but I mean, it's possible we could draw another 5. So we might as well hold on to it for a minute. The 6 is really not doing anything for us whatsoever at this point. We can go 4, 5, 6, which we will do.
ここで
And we're just waiting on a 5. We'll get rid of that. And use these 6s as a pair. We do need a 4 show up.
ちありがとう。
The wrong 5. We need a 3 or a 6 down here. 6 is more likely than a 3. We can go 3, 2, 3, 4.
ち
Fine, get rid of that. Now we're just waiting on the 3, 6.
「早く打てば見えない」「つも
Damn it!
はつ」
I mean, I guess the only good thing was it was such a tiny hand that that's okay because it didn't hurt us that much. But God, this is the 3rd game in a row we've been knocked to 4th place immediately. We've had to come back from behind. So, damn it! Not like how I like to start these games off. 2 is probably less. All right, never mind. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. That's done. 5 and 2 and East are the only tiles holding us back. Now the 2 and the 5 are just holding us back. pair one up. Or get a 4 here.
Digital Riichi.
Single tile weight, which blows. How do we not have a Yaku? What the fuck's going on? I was gonna say, what the fuck is going on? We have to, come on, let's, I kind of want to just sumo this one because we need that, get that anyway for our daily points. Stop calling tiles, play with a closed hand, fuckheads. I want to win a hand. 3. Damn it. I mean, would it have been smarter to have waited for a better tile to wait on? Yeah, probably. Look at all the red tiles. Oh my god. All the extra points we threw away just so we can get this fast reach. It's only going to be 1,000 points.
Pong!
Unless we can sumo and get some Uradora, but Jesus Christ.
Pong!
Oh no. Come on, Crab. There we go. Thank you, Crab. Finally, you did something correctly and summoned us
Riichi.
a tiny hand to win on. But at least that gets our points back that we lost. And puts us in second at least. So. Need to stop bitching. One gap here and here. Go 4 or 6.
Arigato!
Best would be to complete these sequences out because we have a pair sitting here. Still 3 tiles away from Tempai. They're probably very close, if not there already. Still 4 tiles away. Better. Still. Still not there.
もっとドラを作ろ
Now we have some serious issues. Okay. Pretty sure nobody can have a 1, 2, 3. They can have a 3, 4, 5. So 3 is still not a very safe tile to throw. I'm gonna get rid of it now and hope for the best. What are they trying? They still haven't set their hand yet. Unless they're just swapping out tiles they... like, same tiles just to make it look like they're trying to set something up, but... They might have put themselves in a position where kind of stuck. That's what they might have done. We know 5 is okay. I mean, 7's okay. Even though we'd rather have the Dora. But... now we're just getting tiles we don't need. We know definitely this is safe. We're still two tiles away.
G!
ここで T。
I'm worried now we can't really cheat this now because if we do, we might not be able to discard the... there we go. Alright, so, fuck it. We need a 4 or a 7 of circles. Oh no. Alright. One 4 is gone, 1 7's gone. It's not safe. Please don't win. We con this and hope for...
ここでカン。
ah, damn it. Why can't we... oh no, what did we do? Shit. No, we should... oh no. Oh no, we needed that we needed those 3 3s. I forgot. Idiot. I'm so stupid. Nothing is really safe anymore against... alright, I was more worried about this player for some reason. Oh, big deal. That's okay. I mean, as long as it's not enormous, it's okay. I mean, it's fine because you can come back from it, but... god dang it, we're always on the... we're always just fighting hard to try and get back to a winning position. Man, I really don't think we can do it with this either. We'd have to get super lucky here. Go 6 7 8 so we can hopefully... yeah, we're gonna get rid of that 9. We're gonna try... oh shit, we can't because we have to get rid of this too. That was stupid. Oh no, we just made it harder on ourselves. Alright, hopefully someone throws a 6 so we can achieve this 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we can get rid of this 9. Of course we get the 9. Maybe just we're gonna set ourselves up so hopefully we can maybe at least end in Tempai, if it comes down to that.
しありがとう
Do it. We may just get rid of this too.
Riichi!
Wonderful. Oh, shit! Be huge.
リーチ一発単ヤオドラ1
Oh my
赤
god,
ドラ
thank you.
1マンガン
That should get us to at least third, right? Second, 24-8. And we didn't have to do anything but lose. Frickin' take it. 24-8. Second place by losing every hand. My god. 345, man.
時々全ての確率を計算できたとしても
Getting
勝て
wrecked
ないこ
tonight.
とがあ
I
る
don't
と
know.
気づいたよ。
I don't even know if we should attempt another game here. I think we should maybe just cut our losses up where they're at. Played 1, 2, 3, 5 games, and the best we've been able to do is second place. 2 seconds, 2 fourths, and a third. Definitely not what we wanted to happen. I know I said I was thinking about playing a full Hanchan, but man, if we lose that, we're boned. I think what we're gonna do is I think we should take a break here. Yeah. We're gonna take a break from ranked matches. We're gonna try one of these stupid tournament ones. I have won like one hand tonight. 1 or 2 hands. It's pathetic. Haven't been able to put anything together. Our oh, unregister. Wait, what time does this start? 7 a.m. Oh my god. Such an idiot. I registered for the wrong one. I'm not waking up at 7 in the morning to play this either. So we'll just register. We'll get that back at least. Half of the buy-in back. Oops. Oh well. 10 hours from now, I know. Not waking up in 10 hours. Play it. Oh, sweet. There's no chance. It's a shit deal. There's no way we're winning this unless somebody else screws up big time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I mean, there's hope, but not much. Alright, setup. This is setup. This is not. We're 1 tile away from Tempai. And we're there. We can do 4 or 3.
リーチ
Wait, not 3.
大丈夫マージャンの神様が私を愛してくれると信じてる
Oh my god.
ズモ
I think the game is feeling sorry for me and just knew I
Riichi.
needed a win.
私が勝って君たちが負ける。
Advancing to the next
私には
round.
分かっていたさ。
風のように速く、林のように静かに。
4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 3. Good. That's guess we're in okay position. Say, why wouldn't you just take that? Yeah, these tournaments only go one. Well, the daily ones that are just basically like the sit and go tournaments from poker are just one round each hand. One hand each round. One tile away. And we need a callable tile here. There we go. Shit, we just made things worse for us. Four, five. Shit. Alright, we need a 6 or a 3 to hit before they win. We can get first place and win the second tournament. Come on, 3 or 6. Thank you. Sweet. Champion. Yes. Congratulations, champion. Right. Alright, finally we got a win. Thank God. It took all night. And it was a stupid tournament to do it in, but at least we got it. And we got our stupid sumo win too, finally. God dang it. Complete 10 official tournaments. Did that. Awesome. Alright guys, I think with that, that's probably going to be it for tonight. We're going to collect our winnings. Hey Tim. Oh god, that was rough. I don't think I mean, that's a losing streak tonight. Just having all those third place in a row and have 1/4. So that was just terrible tonight. We're going to leave this up for a second. I'm going to sign into a couple other programs while we're sitting here and collect some free shit. I need some freebies to make myself feel better for such a terrible performance. Oh my god, there's 6 minutes left in the poker one. So we'll have to hang out for 6 more minutes, guys. While I lick my wounds. I kind of want to see. Alright, let's... what was that? Ooh, what could we have done better in this 4th place one? Champion's right, Thomas. We're just gonna jump ahead to the last round here. I dealt in here. What was the second to the last turn? So deal in tile is 7. I was still really far away from Tempai, so I don't know what the hell happened here. Alright, so they got into Tempai. That's what the problem was. If I suck long enough, how long do I have to wait before I can play again? It seems like each match costs money. No, they don't actually cost. You're playing in the star room, they don't cost anything. That's why I keep playing in there. Well, I must have been Delta 7, right? No, it was Delta 2. Okay, so oh, okay. Here's where I lost. So I decided to keep the 2 to go 2, 3, 4. I was still pushing at this point. And I wasn't paying attention to this player. I don't know why I was focused on this one up here. I was focused on one of these other 2 players because I just was not watching what they were doing at all. So this is
Riichi.
a boom. Yeah, that's right. I called Riichi. I was being stupid. I shouldn't have called Riichi there. That was just an immediate deal then. That was bullshit. I mean, what the hell could I have done differently, I guess? I mean, if I didn't throw that 9... Yeah, I think I was just blinded because I saw that I could be in reach and I decided to go for it. And I wasn't paying... I should have... That was a terrible hand. What was the other bad one we had? 4th place. This is 4th place also. What did we do here that was terrible? Oh, I remember this one now. We kind of screwed ourselves on this one. Yeah, this was the one we just completely screwed ourselves, I believe. We did that, 9, so that's correct so far. I think we were getting greedy and we were trying to go for all circles, right? Let's jump towards the last hand here. Alright, so we pawned that, so we had the 7s, we had the 5. We decided to get rid of that for some reason. Okay, that makes sense though, because we had 8, 7, 6, 4, 3. We were on a wait. Okay, so that's why we were in Tempai. We're Delta 5. It's not a deal in tile, so okay.
Run.
We didn't deal in.
Jun.
We were just sitting in Tempai. What happened? What? Wait a minute. Oops, I didn't mean to exit that one. Trying to figure out where we went wrong in this game. We dealt in first hand. How did that happen? Okay, so we pawned that. Got rid of the green. Oh, that's right. It was the south. That's right. I figured for some I was thinking for some reason south would have been a safe tile. I think they called reach, right? Or no, maybe not. They did. So I was trying to dodge this player. Right? Five, 6, 7. Sweet. Oh. And then they got that, so alright. No.
Pawn.
On that. Get rid of the 5, yeah. Okay, yeah, we were trying to go for Honitsu. And that's where we went terribly wrong.
ありがとう。
We dealt into this player? 3. No, it's this one. 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. Yeah, because they had... Alright. I mean, was there any indication that... I mean, they did throw that 1. So I should not have thrown this 3. I wasn't paying attention to this player at all again. I was paying attention to the one that called Riichi. And I was trying not to deal into them. But, I mean, it's the same thing, though, because they both threw a 1, so I technically shouldn't have thrown this 3. So I should have known that that 1 could have come from, you know, a shape like this to make it so that the 3 would have been... Alright. So yeah, it was a mistake that I just didn't see. Unfortunately.
肝心な時ほど
Oh, wow.
自分の心に従おう。
Live and learn. There you go, Tokyo. I made some dumb mistakes too tonight, so you can, when you watch this back through, you can see some pretty bad hands that I played. There are a couple of spots where I could have made moves to actually get myself ahead and probably win hands, but I wasn't concentrating on what other players were doing these games for some reason. I was kind of more laser focused onto my own hand, which can sometimes work against you, obviously, because you're not paying attention to what other people are discarding. And that's also, I mean, it's easier to do that when especially when you're first starting out, just concentrate on what you're doing. But, I mean, it's part of the game too. Like, when you get, the more advanced you get, and you're able to start focusing on other people's hands and what they're discarding, you can kind of start getting more information of what they're putting together and what you should and shouldn't be probably discarding yourself to avoid deal-ins. And I mean, that's still something I struggle with. And I mean, another thing you can start well, I mean, don't do this now because you're just starting out, but once you start getting the hang of things, also paying attention to where people are discarding their tiles from their hand. If we go back to the log real quick, just so I can give you an example. If you start seeing somebody constantly always throwing the tile that they're dealing themselves and not changing any tiles from their hands, you can pretty much assume they're in a ready state or extremely close to one. They're just like maybe 1 or 2 tiles away from being in a ready state. And then you can kind of you can start playing defensively at that point too. But that's something that I just don't always do also. And also realizing where their tiles are coming from. Like, if they throw this 8 and it's all the way at the end, you can pretty much decide that you can pretty much figure out that they don't have any more character tiles left and they're going all for a different suit, either just circles or bamboos. Or like if they got rid of their 7, you'd know they would only have a couple, an 8 or a 9, and then all the rest bamboos if it came from like this spot here. If they got rid of the 7, then you can pretty much know that they have 9s or 8s right here, or honor tiles. So I mean, that's another part of the game too, that once you get more and more advanced and you start noticing some stuff like that, it's kind of it gives you it can sometimes give you information about what other players are doing. But I mean, obviously I don't do that every game because I mean, it's a lot to keep track of. And when you're also trying to stream at the same, I do that more when I'm not streaming, just because I'm not constantly commenting on my shitty hand. And I win more often too when I'm not streaming, just because I'm concentrating more on what's happening on the field instead of just what's in front of me with my tiles. I'll stick to Star Rail. Tim, I just started playing that the other day. Not a bad game. I was going to actually stream that one of these nights too. But yeah, I downloaded it the other day. I was watching some Japanese girl play it. It looked like it was kind of fun. So I played about maybe half an hour into it or so. But it's probably another game I'm thinking about streaming. I just haven't done it yet. So It's one of those games that I've downloaded that with the intention to stream and just haven't gotten to it yet. So I think maybe tomorrow. We might not do a mahjong stream tomorrow. We'll take a break from that. I'll probably still play offline, but then I think tomorrow we might just open up one of those other games and play them, just because there's so many that we need to get to. It's not your fault that I'm not winning. It's my fault for not paying attention. I should be paying attention, but I'm just not. And I try to. Sometimes I do. And those are the games that we tend to do better in. But tonight, my focus was just not there, unfortunately. Once you get to this, get done with the story, it gets boring until the next patch drops. Yeah, I kind of figure it's just one of those free games that are fun for running through the story, but after that, it just kind of gets grindy and repetitive, I'm assuming. You got some decent characters. That's cool. Is there like a gotcha in that game? Because I haven't really gotten that far into it. I'm just past the part in the beginning, essentially, where you get your main character where she wakes up or whatever. And a little bit past that, I was just kind of running around fighting some people. But then I didn't want to get too far into it because it was a game I wanted to do a stream with. So I just kind of wanted to get a kind of a feel for how the game was going to be. Because it is a turn-based game, so I didn't know if it would be too boring to stream, but big time gotcha. Well, that's right up my alley, Tim. As an Asian, I'm hardwired to love gotcha games. It's Hoyoverse, it's total gotcha. Sweet. Yeah, it's the Japanese thing. Japanese love their gotcha. And so do I. It's written in my DNA. I also finally downloaded Genshin Impact. I was going to check that out. I haven't actually loaded that up yet. I just downloaded it and set up an account. So if I have any... I know you played Genshin a whole lot. So I guess if I have any questions, I'll come to you. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me tonight. Asian Gotcha Factor equals 10. Heck yeah. Plus 10. Hell yes, Tim. Alright, that's gonna be it for me tonight, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Tomorrow, like I said, we'll probably do some kind of a game stream. Don't exactly know what it's gonna be. We'll figure something out. I still do definitely want to honestly, I'm a little bit late on Genshin. Yeah, I know I am. I'm late to a lot of games, Tim. I mean, that's just one of the games I just thought I might try out, just because I noticed it was the same people that made the Star Rail game, so I figured might as well check both of them out. I also did download. I've mentioned this before, but I also downloaded the Monster Hunter game, so I think maybe that's probably going to be on the schedule for tomorrow, but we'll see. I don't know. I know there's a lot going on Fridays, so we'll kind of play it by ear. But other than that, guys, we might do some in the afternoon, just for a quick stream. We might do some more of the waifu cards that I have, just to get rid of some of that stuff. And then this weekend, we'll figure it out, I guess. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Genshin has horrid, bloated story text. Well then, see that, Tim, that makes me not want to play it. To be honest, because I hate fucking reading. I don't want to read when I play a game. I just want to play a game. And there's Kill Paimon. I'll have to talk to you. I'm guessing you play a lot of JRPGs. One of these days coming up, we'll have to get together and you can school me on which JRPGs I should get into. Alright guys, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.